What you're looking at is a snapshot of Kingscliff Beach shot at around 6 o'clock in the morning on Wednesday this week. Unfortunately, it was overcast, so I didn't get the sunrise, but anyway, I'm sure you'll let me know what you think of my amateur video skills in the comments. Now today I just wanted to add some more thoughts on the recent Gillette ad, or should I say the Gillette Public Service Announcement, since it doesn't feature even a single razor, only some confused looking guy staring into the mirror trying to remember why he's there to begin with. After 25 million views, 1.2 million downvotes and 700,000 upvotes, this PSA has now been dissected by the mainstream media, YouTubers and the Twitter sphere alike. Obviously, everyone has an opinion on it. There is now a charge from those that like the ad that the outrage or backlash is proof of male fragility and evidence of your snowflake credentials. After all, it's just an ad. And maybe there's a skerrick of truth to that in relation to the more hyperbolic reactions, but I think many, like me, weren't outraged as such, but saw it as just another drop in the slow drip of negative bullshit about men and masculinity in general, and that I and everyone else with XY chromosomes are collectively responsible for both bad male behaviour and for calling such behaviour out. But rather than rehash arguments you've already heard, I want to concentrate on two themes which to me at least are representative of the current cultural zeitgeist more generally that I touched on in my first video, but I wanted to flesh out a little more here. Firstly, the complete absence of a real aspirational message of what being the best man can be is. For me, this brought to mind a scene in the 2014 movie Interstellar. For context, in the movie Interstellar, the Earth is dying, crops are failing, and time is running out on the fate of the human race. In this particular scene, Cooper, played by Matthew McConaughey, makes the following observation about the state of mankind. It's like we've forgotten who we are. Explorers, pioneers, not caretakers. He goes on. We used to look up in the sky and wonder at our place in the stars. Now we just look down and worry about our place in the dirt. The Gillette PSA asks us to look down at our place in the dirt and worry about our toxic behaviour, not to aspire to be pioneers and explorers, innovators and leaders like generations of men before us whose efforts resulted in the most amazing achievements in the history of mankind. Sure, Gillette gives us something to aspire to. In the ad we hear about bullying, sexual harassment and toxic masculinity. And we're asked, is this the best a man can get? Well, of course not. But what is offered up as the antidote? Basically, to be nicer to women, which in and of itself is not a bad thing. But is this the best men can be? Is that it? Is this what we are to aspire to now? According to Gillette, the best a man can be is to act in service of women. Not for other men, not for your children, not for the greater good of society. No. The best a man can be is when he acts to make women's lives more comfortable. Sure, there's some emphasis on male bullying, but feminists are only ever interested in that type of behaviour insofar as it manifests in violence against women. The central message is completely gynocentric, and it is all around us in our daily lives. We are constantly chided to remake our society over to make women feel more comfortable. Our workplaces, our relationships, our language must be changed to accommodate the feelings of women. We must lean in, be an ally, listen and believe, because the future is female, don't you know? Such an inclusive message. Gillette's public service announcement fails on many levels. It pisses off its core customer base, and like any virtue signalling campaign, it implies that the target audience lacks the requisite level of virtue and lectures us from on high about how to improve ourselves. And that makes it arrogant and preachy. But more than that, it offers us a vision of masculinity that is narrow, limiting, and devoid of real aspiration, other than refraining from approaching a woman on the street or not asking a girl to smile at a party. The director Kim Gehrig projects a form of female narcissistic personality disorder that can only imagine a society with women at the centre of our concern, and that men can only be their best not by expressing any traditional masculine qualities, but by seeking approval from our feminist overlords. It's a vision of masculinity that is hollow, restrictive and unfulfilling, and one that I, and I hope you, will firmly reject. I'll see you next time.